is Boadu TV. Truth and integrity.
Yama munyina kwaba aha Boadu TV na de tene say Captain Smart say pete say ni wade de pete nema plane crash eba Captain Smart na se mu su ko fa fi na pete nema o se pete ko hye plane engine mu na ama plane crash aba we no say your friend is saying money should host a work Ghana na ono he's 100 years ahead of them. Na dwen mu do he's 100 years ahead of them. Money should host a work Ghana na is our ranking number 1. Captain na video has been a trend say Igbo hina or Ghana na abona transit so hene no wo bi ofini mema baba show ahenche o Ghana. A captain and they don't respond. And on respond here. Na ni nyina work no akwakosi say also pe a responsible government obeboa Ghana ma Ghana akobosha asase so anything na ya na de bi osore a no kasa gbegbegbe eno and a captain kan ho asem.
Anoma and am aeroplane at atofom. So wo hwe planes do at atofom a ohanchi chemu aduasia enum 65% e anoma. Modern aircraft, aeroplanes are by reassing nano, the ye na befu ye mresu, nano, ye see it to be yen such a way, your friend bird ingest, and to me, and for how we are and family. But anoma your friend pete, say ni wa de, minimum report trust annual. Oh, mammy, frewo, say pete, or frey. Anoma my friend pete say ora aeroplane engine ni mu a woboa plane never form if you say pete ni mu odu e che asrewa say crow I friend akon crow kra no twi ye dey fantifo friend dey akon kwan o say dey and crow ni twi minim say dey obefre no yes o obi as soon as for ashes so there effect kwa de bi moi kwa de bi enti as soon as for ashes so there no kwa de bi wura aeroplane the engine mu a wo boa aeroplane be ba form e beto form say team matrase madwene ho mahu na me ka kire wo enne say ye guru ho ketewa bi a takrade ye ntia asem papa wo de ayesa no ye betena ho de adi agro ye ka che so eye normal wait ye wi na asofo bi a woti abofom when the bosom nkru won ma meyem abeka che se nyame na de ma na nyame na agye sa na nyame gye ade jebi ni Captain Smart a winsa ya buse ye nimi wi nom but Ima akache so papa we no wonoma ede da me ni jebi ya winsa yesu ya nimi wi no ne asa ko wi eguso ne ye ko 200 kilometers per hour ye wu a ubenya sofo bia ne ti abo ho abeka kire me ma me ne me papa say nyame na de ma nyame na ka kire say ye konom nsa ne wi mwa the we are Pentecost for be ye wu fosum that day. Captain Tiasie, Adoya na captain ye. I pay for Bejiko. Then for Beji womo dainka. School fees. Mauli. Adam Besu. Ye captain kwe. Ye captain. Oh me wu kwase wo. Jan kwase su ni su. Kwase wo de me wo no. Ja san kwase su no. And you bet now some and I ask them. It should be now. Say a manner a walk a Jubilee Park and what Takoradi no. When here for one free wa. Maybe they can't be able. ada aeroplane bi beti atofom say team e wa Takoradi no mo bia amfra me kan chem say Captain Smart kan say John Kuma ya poison no wawu no bewu mo bia kan chem say Mamela Bianca e wo tama oye coaster na bibia konmu no bewu na wawu. Nobody should come and tell me anything. Me, I am not a prophet. I read into the future and I can tell you me I am in person but morning show presenter be Ghana Habiano. I am 100 years ahead of that morning show presenter. I know what I'm talking about. Morning show presenter be Ghana. Me, I am 100 years ahead of that morning show presenter. Takoradi Jubilee Park ho. Sa market no he baller esum ho. Once na e wo ho. Once na de otu nya aeroplane hwe. Asre wane no man keten want to nya aeroplane bi ahwe. Na mo pete say di wa de say di wa say weda ne nja aeroplane si na ba for more. Say de be ya on tin of am. But danger ba ko a wo ho a aeroplane aba for more. Eya no ma. Me no can say just Google and read and you appreciate the fact to say Jubilee Park market na ye create here from 2019 COVID-19 ba ye be sin na no danger e wo ho. In any case denti and edasi ho the then regional minister your friend say Kwabena o kire da ko sa kwa no me JB friend Galamsey boy but my friend Galamsey campaign me who regional minister to Galamsey che akwa no eye adwen papa we de ma me nka ne yie ma no na me mo na baso eye adwen papa e na odi kreti edwa na e wo Jubilee Park ho no sa mre no 2019 ne ye nyina ye bre. You see, a social distancing. It's a sorry crana yenko. But watch this. You create a January and COVID-19 no. And I don't mean what I still going for say when I recorded COVID-19. COVID as a baby. Hey, my main cancer win show. Upa jidu paja. Yare be yes as his friend COVID. Me. Well, Africa. Through west of Africa, Ghana, I am telling you on authority. Obi ani krom ha COVID kunu. Say jo anya COVID bi ani kunu. But I thought I na buying person ye wu no de agiska. But I don't want to go into that because look, I want the scientists to come on. Let's have a proper debate. Now, one was say, wo wu ye na COVID-19 kun wo mo tebie. Say obi wu ne yase yare bi ne kun na ne bio data laboratory recordings yanton twere ade kun wo lab ho no a ye research wo ne mojam ne ye hu say John yase COVID ne kun no asema si COVID ne kun no eni kwa say ye to sa data ne to twere. It's one Ghana hanging now, we are research into the deaths of certain individuals. Any partner where in Moja, Obi Wa, between me who says, I know 24 hours. What's when you Moja? Why Moja? Obi Wu 24 hours, Obi Moja on home. Obi Papa. Obi Wu 24 hours, let's assume medically. Ubenya fluid insuo kakra won ho eti sa fluid na o collect here won be ka kire say COVID ne kum Mr A Mami B Mr C Mami D no won keep ni na the yenye discussion the whole Ghana na yen hwa de be si. But I don't want to say anything. Keep your COVID, I will keep my status. Eti COVID na mumu yare na e ba ye no. And I have referred to COVID as Momo Yare na Ebaye no. Na see le go on say we recording COVID. Hey, mama catch am show cold. say yare na ba ya hwe na wo hinu so nsuo no anka sem tro efi ase ba Africa ha enye nne winning time ya hinu ta so nsuo wa Africa e sha se fi April, the middle of April, ebe red June na a red July. By 15th July, 17th July, na ya hwem na so nso no ejai wonim de ntia yen nyame bo yen we bibire mu ha titru Ghana na menim ye cycle no ye ni any time bia cold awo eba ye time awo ba from the middle of April ekowie the middle of July esi Ghana ni bi o ha bia pade a ehye it's a nipa na dream yet bro kuma wo hwe na sum no wasete na reset ya bab na dream one dan ho so a politician tete na hwum but so na dream na set because bibi ni bia pade a ehye eti yetimi ntu aban ngu e wo France ye betu aban egu e wo Mali France awo ho to mpede adwo ye ha wiya wa ha tie pede ehye eti emre bi a yenim ho hwe be wa say awo aba system no mu no wotwom bu time ohun be so nsuo cause afen awo system no adjust to that awo no me fa wo nko science ye fa no nto eti COVID-19 ena ma yeti sa edwana ewo Takoradi but ebia wadwe so me wo kofo dia emfa me ho me wo kuma se me tie akuma FM se John wo ho emfa me ho plane bi betia to say team e wo Takoradi wo be hwe no ma hene ka ho ben wan se plane bi atia to say team e wo Takoradi ye be kwa kwhwem no ne ye say pete say ni wa de the kwhwem former regional minister Kwabena Ochredako na ye beto abado no sro so be movie e ma no everywhere ko dwa foforo nim eti aya asam na da ho osro tese ye de to abama no na onwene we humaje no by the next elections mate so be ko biom obewe aka niam 3 years so ye we lose 1 aka 2 o lose sa 2 na Kwabena Ochredako obe lose election 2028 so be ko biom but yet who and the new regional minister I was Takoradi otero ena osuro so be movie ama no ben kwati ajabi yes NDC be unpopular I was Takoradi. Are we crazy? Say aeroplane back what it from say team. Do you know what will happen? Say kwato baby a man tiana baby a mano edidwano Jubilee Park ho na plane no at it from say team. Oh baby a man edidwana what will happen? Ade a man be kodwa. It's one time ye mesafuna wo Jubilee Park one monya ready na on che mo better pine ibia better pine na damazini sa ma be bia meka hwenkyerem because man kan wansem man fama no kan sam by heart o National Security, Regional Security Coordinating Council, the regional minister and everybody are Takoradi. Please do not wait for a disaster. Don't wait for a disaster. And yes, sir, that disaster ni be sinu. Emma obia nka bibia nchire obia o. Because that time I would not listen. So we never na make atro. La bianca wo hu ye cheme. John Kuma wo hu ye cheme. Kofi Dwuma ye onenam hoyi. Me ka se Kofi Dwuma di bibi. Ye cheme. Debbie MP no wa Ashanti region na because you poison na che obeji tum say you poison your friend say. Onoba apia kubi. apia kubi me hear the story ye che me but actually ono abeka say asem bi na presenter bi kan no na ni na ye no kre no o say ai mampo kuma wuni ne fa say ajekum me ka say ajekum wadi pause na obewu tim noko Tim, no call. And also, crowd you invite me. By any ancheve, you invite me. Quite me show me statement to you, no. And you and I say, oh, at the end of the day, I know it is very late for us to get there to say that GH boy, I late. I feel no bedroom. Kwabra fa moto and I say, oh, for Uber. I feel that GH boy, I bet, but why late? Men train na NC answer. Then I'm a person betray. Then person me can't pay and say, on my way, you need anything. A disaster prevention, management, and emergency services department or unit. We call it NADMO. NADMO. National Disaster Management Organization. Really? Yeah? NADMO. Are they here say? Imatiway. Now I say Captain Smart are winning elections. Captain Smart is president. Ima ayo kind kwe central constituency organizer. Na ya fano NADMO coordinator. Meboa. Yes, JB. Or your regional organizer, Ewa Ashanti region. Eti JB or your NADMO coordinator, Ewa Ashanti region. What was I see? Oh, GH boy, or your central regional organizer of Captain Smart party or Deba power, and the GH boy or your NADMO coordinator. Eti your NADMO coordinators, disaster management officers are. I am sitting here and telling you they know nothing about disaster management. And listen, as a country, we don't have a policy on disaster management too. I'm telling you. We require a national security structure now. From the district level to the regional level, yes, the regional minister, the deputy regional minister, the regimental the office of the Ghana Armed Forces, so Ghana Army, and then they are the regional NADMO coordinator. And the regional NADMO coordinators in our party organizers, they know nothing. 99% of them, they know nothing about disaster management. 99% of them, they know nothing about disaster management. And I sit here and I want to tell you, we need a policy that will establish a robust, responsive, and integrated disaster prevention and emergency services unit for this country. That would address the key areas of flood prevention, suicide prevention. Let me tell you, suicide. A disaster. Omaya witima akwada di 9 years. No wa sha konfo. Obi di 15 years. No wa no madura wu se ne boy eja no. Obi di 17. Na wa wuti e kira wadwen ye wo se, oh, enkwada bone ne ya wo ma ba wiase mu. Hey, really? Kwala bone. Eti enkwada di 15, 20. E sha konfo ekum wo mo ho a. Omo ye enkwala bone. Cyber security is a national disaster. Don't forget that we had Jebita Mena Kotokone has a ball May 9th. Sports related emergencies. Yet you had a referee, so J penalty, so J deo, so ye deo, just a small whistle. Yeah, a banner referee for the show menu no mobono. P. Abraham Bako P. Bako. How many people died? Burns to say their course so I was sacred. so talk ne janam so nani ne nipa hye. Schools and public safety and other critical areas. Look, we need a total and a comprehensive emergency services policy for this country that aims to build a very robust, responsive, and integrated emergency services system. It should encompass multiple sectors, including the fire service, towing. Say, car, akoseye sikwaso, ma program, me kofie, over the weekend, me share taxi, aseye si la pass, kwano, everything, and a yafre fita for Debbie, and the fita for the jina kwani viving, SSC card. Jose, fita for the jina kwani viving. Well, bro, when you say member da, and crofo kwa ye, when you the crofo no. And crofo kwa ye, I will no near maybe. Na nipa di jina kwani fin prof o say taxi. Ena abrante baako ejina ho. Ena oye bra. Ko jina
Money.
You see, we live in a country. I say, we don't just care about anything. And over the weekend, I sat down to write this. We need emergency health services. Ambulance emergency service. I'm telling you today, Kasa Bibi emergency health service.
Captain Smart.
We trust you go what
Morning show.
Go and fro. Seshibodi.
Captain Smart.
Time I'm trusting you me see. Tantra Hills here. If it Tantra about Jubilee House, imagine how many kilometers? About 50. Tantra Hills. If it Tantra, Echo a hospital. I want to do a family for us. Oh, St. John's. If you be St. John's, and do 5 kilometers. But as I see a more Mishakam, once it's your way, and then only more emergency services driving. They are cuckoo with the Soviet Mikodi. Yeah, Trump for any chairman. Say, me take the name, we call the Damachi, and you could tell me name as the Achimasa for him. Yeah, they may work to form party at the moment. Can we have to be a community? These guys could have killed me. But a country here, it is just a press of a mobile phone button. Within 30 seconds to 1 minute, ambulance is available to carry Captain Smart. But at that time, some of the ambulances say, ambulance no, and yet crown the fee easily go. Ebebano na me call. We need a proper disaster management and prevention. And soon as I say to Tony, say no, a real climate change na asha say no. Yenya kase we asim Ghana ye do phone ya hye. Ye say kwashi wura. What you say washi wura? Ewura no e call zone lo ya nani. Hye wusie no. Say tete. When say die we abebo no etimi hyewa na wakra wo ho yawo.
Enu na ment say na me do I don't take shot.
We need a proper emergency response across transportation. Say no me no ka say. Say ship bi amem e won kran ha ya. Then e be yin crofo ewum. Ship. Say tikrom hay. Say ka say ship bi amem a capsized. Eti enipa wo me be 4,000 And now we are no so. Nipe wo me 1,000. Nipe wo me 500.
The king of morning shows.
Say ya yeti krom hey. You see aeroplane bit say they kwete hi India. Or the sa pecha. Takoradi Jubilee Park ho Santine. Ambulance do saying that what Takoradi.
Captain Smart. The king of morning shows.
Ghana, you need air ambulance. Are there Ghana Air Force for helicopter? And the Bahama Quatre from 2015 or 2016. And the Bahama she from say Tacha.
When we are science.
Yes, so why by force land no bois? Engineer Peli, Ko Kumahama.
The king of morning shows.
Namina ya don't ko kunu. Kamahama, a woman, you see, no former president. And Tisaka Professor Meski, you see, Mahama. Can happen a car when she see Ewo Kumasi and Francois, the taxi and a fair for Meboa.
And no meant, yes, and I'm doing one.
Also, be a web piano, Yamuan was a taxi, Obedu Kolebu, no. Yes, you accident in the sea, and any part of the sea, and a woo. I sat down last night and I said that no, let me do something. We need emergency services across sea, air, and road. Say I walk from here. Many Timo, me ba onuya my first producer, Timothy. Many Timo, any nyash. My first story, keteke kwanya. Nkofo twitwa nkofo tutu eti train ne tufi nkran ya onim se kwan na kwantimfi no ye twitwa rail line dade no keteke kwan no onim se ye twitwa sese ya be no kasai enwura mu ho e wa asankregwa se ketete munhwe fom se kukrim
Captain Smart.
Pacho ambulance be na ekofa omo I sat down last night me call program how question the befa me call and time the enti about me yes I dey we ni say time na me call park we no me nua pani ajagoraja so ba program na say it's like you na your friend say empress gift mu na wo eti say yeah me di machi epie the time na me di machi epie anadwo no dem say hey when me di me glass number from them say no be say na won pai na so man pack ye obi oti motor so ye born so tro
God have mercy upon us.
na won pai na so man pack ye at that material moment na me de car air core reverse sanka pain and any part of top fama I'm telling you come pa so
the king of morning shows.
What do you be say ni pack ko share car se na say me man ni parifika na say na me ye ida say me call reverse afa no so mo ana say me ba banim na ma sa afa no so biom na de woni nipa a ho na be God na to ko me so de nam no ma twe no
I'm telling you.
e nipa no ye be twe na tiko afa fom
I could have killed
so
a
my
lot
ya mayi no ye kunu ye yi no ye kunu
like I could have killed a lot of people. My own son.
We need a national policy, and I wrote this. That would also emphasize on specialized personnel training. The national ambulance for now, but say kwa baby a akuma dai baby a training wo no. Abraham, in so time ntimi nko school. Yeah, EMTs, no, emergency medical technicians, no, they are fantastic, wonderful, super people who are willing and ready to work, but there are no facilities to train them.
The king of morning shows.
As I say, emergency, we need to integrate emergency education into our school curricula.
He is smart. He is
a mimi by school, Jamie by school, Prof by school, Abraham by school, Imam by school, GH by school, Prof by school, way back. We need to integrate emergency education into our school curricula.
That's my brother Dennis Charles and Kwamra. I love you.
Are we doing that? Then kwate a ministry bi ni minister bi so onti abofom. Then kwatre ye ma enkwara nketenkete a wo primary said the bema for oba ne oba fa oba bema fa bema ne sanse hunu no na about 2 years ago jebe 2 years ago last year February 2024 and 2023 you see a kwatre jeben education. Meanwhile me Ghana president are swimming will become compulsory. Me Ghana man penim ne Edware said the Edware so it will be compulsory.
I'm telling you. Look at my face. Like I could have
it's a failing English. Won't be connection training no. Who failing swimming won't connection training.
Look at my face.
Yes, I find sexuality education and sexuality then that's rubbish.
Look at my face. Like I could have
maybe again a man penia. We are Santini who
Captain Smart.
Who was them? Who soda? Swimming pool. Government will construct swimming pools across the northern sector of our country and Uko University of Kwame University of Science and Technology. One will pull it out. As at the phone, I cook anywhere, so won't be direct. One could not know more grofo, no more sa. Adwaye, no more handcraft by any direct. No more Takoradi Central Region for no more direct. Lake Busumchukra da hono eni pa no saying that war Busumchukra obi tumi dware nsuo no mimi ye Ghana man pania swimming will become compulsory wo besua swimming mimi ye Ghana man pania swimming will become compulsory wo swimming why? Because we do not know how to swim. Swimming pool ko Jeremy. Nana man jako na mo tese ahwe the way we say afa ne ho. We dey ben so to so our hotel bi na nkrofo abrofo ba na mo dware. Ghana foko hotel na mo ha abrofo o mo swimming. Adwaye. Sasa say ya kwa hotel ya ha abrofo wo so abrofo do woni me dware o. Ya broni no wadan ne yem na o ba ba de nsem na okọ. Odabo adanso be fa no. Me, if I were the president, swimming will become compulsory. Our school be from primary, secondary to tertiary. We're swimming. Said the way that and so be you know.
Morning shows.
Yeah, recording a lot of casualties. Yeah, we call Texas. Any part and so no anticipate to amono. CNN say well you over 2 million. But we be part of Abraham so na kumomo. Hey, Abraham for me no. Abraham cameraman. Prof. Abraham for me, where the Isaac into Mobaso Netehono. A space of over 2 million people now. So now, after baby, what in Ginano, just 27 now. 27 now, almost say Anquala, a woman 19. Betty said, and can happen and sway. A fan can you not get the part of what's in the Wusses here. May minimum jarret. So but to them a priest in Suma as a potro. Baby a tra 4 feet do menko. Memim JB di on jare swimming pool kurada. Ono shower kura osuro. Gana ni jira shower sle so guru so. We think these things are joke. Baby, we need pragmatic and practical approach to problems to find solutions.
Morning shows.
Makacho say yabo intercolleges na wie.
He is smart.
Yabo superzonals.
No.
And this policy must have an objectives. And this is what I wrote. 1, disaster prevention and management. Implement measures to prevent and mitigate the effect of natural and man-made disaster. From highway, ensuo natural. Mahama won't be stop it ensuo to. I thought I say I was conforming or ensuo beto no must stop it. Catch a conform or tikumas and say ensuo beto or tepa. I on stop it. Since so better on crying, Takoradi keep push. I don't stop it.
The King
On to me stop
Morning
it.
Shows.
Because on him. Since so better. because I maybe ye kwasore baby ye convention ye ni abre be hu asofo a abom paye te say apostle JB acha e me nsu a eto ka kire ni say nyame wadwuma na ye yo nsuo no mane nkɔ dachi mane nkɔ ye nim mane nkɔ ye nkyɛnkyɛn na apata na ye convention no wase e obodwe ase no na nsuo no atɔ atwa ye ho ahia na nsuo no tɔ obodwe ase krum ba Pentecost apata na se na nsuo ntɔ. How many can do this? Miracle is one time. Miracles are one time. How many apostle archers do we have? Pentecost to stop the rain. How many?
Of morning shows.
Someone should answer my question. JB a Pentecost you or two men stop it. Oh, Ajongo kura JB onibi. It's natural disasters ne de ye po ye mpeo ebesi. It's apostle chairman nsuo no gyae ye no. Abraham ye wie convention no. Ye po me da no pa no. Ye ko wura adaba ne nsuo no to the whole town. Pentecost apata no ye de bre. That time ye de wawa board any do nsini and a sheshe nsuo no plan na kogu ba bi ye sanse e kire wi ade nsuo no gyae no ye ko hwe kire akwai. What it means is that you can never stop natural disaster. Earthquake. You think Japan for the Omokwano Sas was so busy. And Chasas was so busy Japan. Florida and chess tsunami beba. Colorado for when you're ready and chess tsunami beba. Why do you say Omope? But they are prepared for it. Because the cat tab and so on one can some way. Say so nato. Yempeni for na dwen no na nsu afo no se nsu na gya ito ma dwen na wo se da be ya bibi bekum. The second objective was that there should be an emergency response, establish an ultra-modern responsive emergency services across the country addressing all critical sectors. We need an emergency response. Fire service from video ben on the eduma. Come here, fire tender ben oha. By December 2024, na fire tenders are working na the whole country. Na fire tenders are women in 70 commissioned fire tenders.
Captain Smart, the king of morning shows.
This policy must have an infrastructure development, create specialized units, including burns units and a college for disaster management, to address health and safety challenges. Your college will have a disaster management. Oh, I say so be a Kofiana peacekeeping Deben center. We call disaster and Deben management. And then the child there. But your day the child there. Number 4, we need to have a proper capacity building. We need to provide training, education, and resources to communities, schools, and emergency responders. 5, community engagement and preparedness. Empower communities to respond effectively to emergencies through awareness campaign and local response teams. Would you go more for JB? When you are training, what say? A just share, na fire service in my obit by your baby. Go my and fro crowd, a choco. Sabrono, Brono, Meme Banka, and Brono Mienu, and Stella, a Chapoli, dear Menas, I saw.
Jetta.
Chapoli, Jaja, me pecoded in Chapoli, and a Chaco. Any part of was saying I take Chaco. Your training says a jato daimua before fire service bebano sa team where you training woman Ghana pen and nipa ko school no ko cadet police cadet Ghana forces cadet fire service cadet say your fire service for your first soldier for your police for one ko cadet no wonya bi nko MP and your man slot. I want somebody to tell me
Captain Smart.
We need to have community engagement and preparedness just to empower the communities to respond effectively to emergencies through awareness campaign and local response teams. Do we have the local response teams? In so year me come mepe and I'm say nipa mo bo. But mepe for so one more spiritual response team. Abraham, Prof, who come mepe one more spiritual emergency response team. So we catch us sura igbeni asuro namba. Ensu atoma obi a wenye stroke that dey want me nante. Ensu na yirisa ni so na mfa nipa do wanwu. Ofa ba do akache so say mapo kata.
He is smart. He
Mapo kata. But see, what should the way of voter region? A lot of people are not interested in voodoo. But how is the community prepared physically? Eti ensoni yiri ya o mepeno efa omaduane efa nwan efa nkokọ efa mponche efa bibia spiritually nipa no wanwu
Ghana talk at
but ensoni call form no na ekomode no
Ghana talk at
point number 6 ade we mi wi a me de begu krata so some aka to say mo nema miensa sports and they have been can ho asem. But last 2 weeks, I spoke about housing and rental, and the Beko minister no where Ebeko nad mu boss so. We have the better crata so. These are things I have written.
He is smart.
Point number 6: enhance national preparedness and response. That is to ensure Ghana is equipped with modern resources, trained personnel, and efficient structures to respond to all forms of emergencies. Earthquake, yama yahu 20 years. Earthquake basic Ghana. Upa Didi, Upa Jai. Trouble.
Warning shows.
Say asase woso no. A building up earthquake. The next 20 years ahead of us, earthquake basic. Ya nye careful na nyame anya ya doma sa na meka no. Ya bibia de hye nyame. McCarthy Hills, a best thing, nipe oho ina bewu.
But that is not my concern.
Upa Didi, Upa Jai.
Captain Smart.
The next 20 years ahead of us, we should expect earthquake. McCarthy Hills will sink, boom. My question is that, do we have efficient structures to respond to these kind of emergencies? And do we have the resources?
Captain Smart.
The here say minister be dollars akoguni dem. The here say defense minister be a Pakistan one dem eja to ho. The here say we rieska. The here say we rieska. The here say we rieska. We are not thinking about this country. Abraham, me ko nadbo for training session bi wo. Me nka ba bi esi ye 2022 ye. Me seresa. Na nadmo for your training, me sorry o. Na nadmo for na your training no. Omo to sisiri mom, taburu mom, sisiri mom, taburu mom. Ya de wa ya. Ofa yin kwa taburu kon na chiro. Asia. I'm sorry. Umfanche me.
Bini au.
Nadmo for oye sisiri mom, taburu mom, sisiri mom. Taburumom, sisimo taburumom. Me tama me papa te salt pond. Ni e kwa anka froko tutu.
Bibinia ba wiase obresa au.
Modern day.
Ayo.
Not money day. That money a onim swimming. Ya father Ashanti region ya transfer ne kwa Takoradi. Me so maka region na me ko. Anyway, ma me kan me ko secondary. Na ya train that before sisirimom, taburumom. Mini asantini baako ose hye aman oso taburu mu te se de ode fork edidi
Wani
no so jira ho to sisiri mom taburu mom sisiri mom taburu mom enso yiri Takoradi a ose hye aman ode sisiri mom taburu mom na be kwa you
bini au
that we need proper training. Modern resources. Where I was watching Texas, America. What you may also Captain Smart, I don't know the Texas ever to Ghana. Well, let me tell you today, you will sketch in Texas. Ghana, you will sika in Texas. And you may know. And I started Googling. Say, and you may know boy say, some boat now. I say, yeah, to say, in so tar, it was shield. I want a pump. And when I checked the price, Nyash, now in the ball, $12,000. Nyash, oh, okay, whichever way, there's a shit. $12,000. $12,000, Muhammad Daruma, 120,000 Ghana cedis. Are we saying, sir, yet in 200, Emegukrum but say I'm no say Minister B Wieska. Say I'm no say DCB per contract they be waging 10%. Me boada. Say I'm no say even assemblyman or per other DC so person yes street light or kwaje bulb or J10 no upon 3 no the 7 yakobo. Say I'm no but me boana. And are we saying we can't buy those kind of boats? What resistance to flooding? Can't we buy those things? So when I'm talking about modern resources, I am not talking about rocket science created kind of equipment to be a no. We have the capacity to build and get those things. We need to train the personnel. Ghana National Fire Service for. And there's some
Captain Smart.
For Abraham, when it's a fire service, if you didn't do Jano, when you be a training college, it is on bedroom. Say, I know me. Say, I know me. Hey, Mushamina family, I'm winning. Hey, now, if you didn't do Jano, it's a command and say, get ready. Yes, sir. Are you ready? Yes, sir. Stand by. Yes, sir. Imagine there is fire. Yes, sir. Fight the fire.
God have mercy upon us.
Now, fire service in your cotton. Makwala shall go through. I'll say poo. Poo, man. How can you use poo to Dumja? We need proper, efficient structures. And to mean, come say, Nana Mejako or a CPB, eti ejato, asa pejafie, asa pejaye NRP. It was in the bio munchain. No, Mama Chamu asa pejafie on Yanko JB because JB is CPB. We need structures, sir. Ejato ufia. It's just a phone call away. Just press something. Emergency call. Hello, Patrome Waha, ejato ha. And we should be able to record say ekobasa Isaac Asheda ejanto baby ahwensiye na say ofre fire service na fire service for 210 no ekwakosi wa ye hwehwe ne ya che no ne ya jail the 10 years no ne agrada akoye hard labor.
He is smart. He is unique. He is the best. Captain Smart is the king.
Point number 7. We have to increase public awareness and education. That is to integrate emergency preparedness and management into the national curricula to foster a culture of safety from a young age. The last time I was watching China from Kwada, when teacher I said that pranky woman, teacher didn't say that say jato classroom ho. And Nanama, I was surprised. Then Kwaladi na ada form no more crowley. Adentra say ejato with them na enwusie ba hwa enwusie bia suspended enwusie ewo about 10 to 15 inches enka floor no enti nkwada nim ya kire won ewo China yen yete ha wo yesudim ede wukwada ye bompa na wukwada ye bompa na school say wo gara hina ka baba jimisa Mimi ya president ya mompa ye bia wo ya it doesn't make sense anywhere. Ghana for a Pentecost are so from mu free school of France in the UK wo kwaton pensa wo
Therefore, me the same Bible.
Woko na pensa. I Cambridge University. Moi.
That's at the end also. And Katameso.
Ghana for catechism, Madame for Roman Father be. Only get the out train.
Smart.
Opa, you remember with that. Only get an hour train. One more first one. See, I'm no case. We invest in Russia. Bisa say Russia ho not here no. Okoye no Catholic Student Union and Russia invest in Homba. And when I say some of these things, people think that as a meme, I came from a different planet. Yes, I came from a different planet.
The king.
I am not a normal human being that you think you are. Like me, I'm a nipa half, I be half. It's a course school at primary from class 1 to class 6. They are sorry as shame. 7 o'clock. About 9. Then kwa dani nsuya. Wamu kwa ya na bell boy sa kujo brain break time please. Umu sasa dene kwa so ya kwa worship. Ya worship na mana duru baby a enkwada na ko school no kura no. Nanama sa wanfa offering na ko school a teacher need to me hwe no. Sa kwada na mfa offering ama. Meme ye Ghana man penin ne pacho wo mo mpa e wo school. Me can't so play. Troto. Nya fe ye kwa koye and a Wednesday worship metwam.
Captain Smart, the king of morning shows.
Religious education me metwam. Me ye Ghana man penin ne. Nya fe na wo ko primary any JSS akoshe Christian religious studies. Jesus mama your friend is say Mary, the papa so Joseph, Muhammad yere your friend is say Khadija. That rubbish I will cancel it. Me a penny man penny ne. So what so ba tete a kire de wo Christo suma wo som. So wo so ye Muslimi papa wo ye Muslimini papa kire wo ba de Muslim sum wo fie. School ho ye kosua de be solve Ghana. Ghana how are ye wo no ye the school no be so anu ma ye ho atimi atoye. That rubbish must be cancelled from our school.
Weird that I really don't.
Tabna Jesus anu ye courtesies for boys and girls. Your child said they would cutlery kura didi. You could do party as ya one you krasini. And now who go hotel no who gana maya or the cutlery didi as a kuku. Why na betri say?
Going.
O cha na na to na ta.
Who ye pa class.
Onim cutlery mu kraso.
Going.
These are the things we need to teach our children. Say light bulb crash here. Say the sakura no. Na na meja ko say say. Wo dem bulb nshi. Na the boy and any kunu ni ho mana konya so hey me dey beche me beba ndi owu and dey. We don't even know how to fix simple things because it is not part of our curriculum. Point number 8, we need to strengthen community and national teams, build local emergency squads and national evacuation teams for quick response and coordination during crisis.
Let
me repeat. We need to build local emergency squads. Eti krobia ube kumbia no. Yawo emergency squad. Ewo Gomwa Techman emergency squad. JB Krom emergency squad. Akweteman emergency squad. Feta Kakraba emergency squad. Tafu emergency squad. Friend say Pankrono emergency squad. Sefi emergency squad. Oh, emergency squad. We should have these local emergency squads. We should give them proper training. It is what is assessor or tar. Onim baby obi a wenye stroke da aberewa bi wo papa bi o e disabled wo. They know where all these people are and how to evacuate them to save their lives. Because and then obi enya stroke obetu ate apochena na wa beye bibi papa bi amomai. What are we talking about? We need to have a proper national evacuation teams. Hey, not before the name come here. Me see nsuo ta ono o hye ne fie de nsuo yiri no na ono frese e meyi no. They don't have any form of training. I'm telling you. I thought I said some side do ma cover, you don't want command navy for say entro mo dware. O mu hurisi swimming pool ma bram. Asa boss ma galam say to the feeding soon. Going. We never be amfa. This is what is happening in this country. And we need a proper coordination during crisis. Since we was central regional, if we have a proper coordination, people must move from Greater Accra. They should move from northern region. They should move from here. They should move from here. Because there's a proper coordination. Point number 9. We need to develop specialized emergency services. Number 1, to address accidents. Number 2, fire incidents. Number 3, disasters of any form. Number 4, transport-related emergencies. Number 5, animal health emergencies. Yatikrom hey, kraman bi dam ne kwam onye wohwe. Na wa pebo. Na ya tobo na bo kraman no. Me call Germany ofori 1 edme kodi JB. Maka se we sa me kan nko force me. Ye bia ye ne hwe ampoma bi oje ati keu. Hey. Cha me ka to ofori 1 o say captain, na me say me passport there correct o. Me visa wui.
Bini au.
O say me akra minima de kronti a.
Bini au.
Wo mo ba abonten ho saa. JB fire tenders mienu. Ambulances se mienu o se miensa. Ah, aposi forecast yes so fre we be 3 or 4 or more. Ah, afa ye hwe na ka bi so abesi ho. Na atwede bi apie fia pampam ho. Na atwede ne kowiem. Menti wo mu krom kasa no epia kohyem na apia basoro epia kohyem ne be wo be hu asa kwabra ne nam ho wosoro tetetetete. Some few seconds oh that helicopter so sensoro JB woni ma de kono anoma kadua so
Bini au. Bibini ni pao. Bibini au.
Ah,
bibini grab
anoma o Ghana foi anoma o me fa kwa de bi example kwa de bi pete se ni wa de se ni wa kadua so na helicopter nam wiem na ya dropping nipa san ahoma so abeka de o atwede ne ho na omumienu na sensen so saa de ofi helicopter ni mu baa no okuta small ase ade na omde budu ade fa sen dabi ade di twadua ten doma machine okuta small doma machine bi o de ka ten na wabu ha ten na wabu ha na de atwede no ta ho so no kosoro se ya na no so ba fom kakra na ya fa anoma ato white towel mu te se de ya wu Yesu Kristo agwama na o da towel mu na broni ekuta anoma broni ekuta anoma mo de mo ntra ho mo hwe broni ni kuta anoma na we love you. Aduma no niama kode ka hwe fama watafo pankro no yenye nipa kura nkojira ho nipa na etwe na to taxi anuma ade ama yenye yeda ina and say we don't even think about animals in this country. And I'm saying that we need animal health emergencies in a systemic and well-resourced manner. And come on, I don't even remember the last time a tiger, me come on, or call veterinary. They Godwin catch him say, now that will be a veterinary officer. So baby, if you have a show, Godwin Fanema. They say tiger back or crown on them for oh, yeah, when Raymond so don't fast, and one on the back of it, come from Uncobium. Will be a refugee because I have what we don't care. These are the things. Yeah, I sat down and I said, it's a day cost what Texas. Sanke Sigana, Kebeden, you beat me a manager. Say, Chrome Highway, eh? And here, Jay for cry drainage, you know, the France saying, Alaju. That's our offer. What for bridges one with the air? Yes, me baha 2021. me Nyash any your friend saying Timo Nyash na me ne koye oh Nyash wo ka say okra ko jira baby ka ebu egu emo atom Nyash yesu wo to fam say yesu Yes, Nyash ne kam na unim am say media general no camera ne here omo chen ne nkwa o person save camera no me bu sa ne sa adan ya o ma me answer bi ntimi nka o nti captain say me save camera no but I mean monsu yes way akwai ko no o the camera ne bo no mo na camera na answer nso okupira o to amene donko say sa e ho na je kufo construct ye no ala ajo ho no ebuagum asai ye nya wo hwe o akufa do betra ho mfie nwotwe sa akwa no kasi esa school kwada line wudu wa na papam kew na ukọ kew na ukọ kew na ukọ.
That is not my
concern. But
concern.
Obi Nakata so a president, the president really?
But that is not my concern.
Is that how to govern a nation? And Your Excellency John Dramani Mahama, this is the time to check the Alajo drainage. We need proper flood prevention infrastructure, drainage system modernization. We keep talking about open gutters. We need to start now and upgrade and expand our drainage system in our urban areas, particularly in the flood-prone areas in Accra, Kumasi, Takoradi, Cape Coast, and all the regional capitals and wherever are in Soto FIA. We need proper drainage system modernization.
Sika.
Se Bahama nuya Ibrahim Mahama wandreji odo anche trouble mwa. These are the things we need as a nation. I believe in prayers. Mejim paibo di pao. But idea edi subai yeno yemfam paibo nye. The last time I was watching River Thames in London, any part of River Thames so I Iberi or Ghanani, and one River Thames at take a wire when Jamie come my kebra. What you say? What number River Thames so one Londoner? BBI correct by her door. In so that crow from one friends and JB. Subi. A billing kwan I am being going. And yet, I will come say, a fair, so be bing. And we think it's a joke. We are just sitting down and watching some of these things to happen every day. Nobody is dredging our rivers. We need proper flood walls and embankments to construct flood walls and in vulnerable areas along river and flood-prone communities. Ghana have flood walls. Do those any okay? Yeah, Rollins they started Keta Sea Defense. Basin ne ye Keta Sea Defense. Rollins started Keta Sea Defense and say beto abama no. Ema ni be di president for 1992. Rollins started Keta Sea Defense 1991. Basin ne ye Keta Sea Defense. Say a tick you need flood warnings and response. Flood early warning systems. Yeah? We need to install flood sensors in critical regions and link them to the national emergency centers for real-time data collection. Do we have flood sensors? We do not. Prof, I Googled to check the price of one flood sensor. Sir, what's say? Flood sensor. Say nsuo be yiri na nsuo na eba no speed na nsuo ne dey ba no e kire say nsuo aka kire eba no doso nti be ma nsuye etimi aba woni ne bo $782. $782, Prof. Yes. We don't have these things. These things will create jobs. Ebema University of Ghana, Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology, Jen University, obe training Crawford be solve your problems. And no be a person in business administration. Officer, Dr. Mibo Nsutuwe, Sanebari, Nebakuta, master's degree in business administration. Already a sabi on your queen, into Onja the Banning Traffic now over Edma. Every Ghanaian is a business administrator. Meanwhile, we are not administering anything in this country.
Captain Smart, the king of morning shows.
We don't have flat census. And these are the things that we need. Your flat census are now you're connected to the national flat census unit. Eti Otenkran, Takoradi, Cape Coast, Oteha, when you say ensuo si ewo Kofodia, speed na ensuo na ewo Kofodia, akoka flat sensor no, or obi won kran ha, wotimi a pick signal no. But when I say as people, are we serious? Yet we got a $3 billion loan. Can offer that to me raise within 8 years. Now can offer that to me raise $14.9 billion bonds. It can offer that to raise $14.9 billion US dollars. And we are bonds and core other loans. So that's getting an idea. When we are able to install these things, we can collect real-time data. And know that ABS in Soto Augusta in Ghana. But we have come to realize that what for data not to analyze the data now. What means no August be an in Soto Ghana. Kofodia Nkwano, a whole flood, and then a course of flood now, a walk Kofodiano in August, and then a course of flood now, a course of Takoradi in November, and then a course of flood now, a walk Kumase, a walk December, and now October. Then we can collect real-time data with the National Center, sit down, think about it, and how to solve that problem.
Captain Smart, the king of morning shows.
We have problems.
He is smart. He is unique.
And people, let me sit here and tell you.
Captain Smart is the king.
Apart from the flood early warning and response, we need community flood response teams. What Kumas, why do you want to say, baby? I want to know. What's a Henema Kokobe, a Honsu and Yirim Fowl, but Ubabi Abetnan crying or Tiachimota. We need proper public awareness. And yet politically motivated public awareness. No, we don't need that. There's suicide prevention and management. Suicide, it's a major issue in the world now. And research data. I'm a lecturer, General Kotia of Ghana Armed Forces. I dare watch me at university as a master's degree student. HM said Ghana every day, in Nipa 5 a committee suicide. Enipa ewu okrom ha no daily no ho emunum won ekum wo mo ho obi adwensa mo nya mo jaboro so suicide o. Why do you say no poison obi get bi ajeje no amo the key soap bar esi hanky 5 hours me mo obi edi what one obaba we say mabo odin okunu ho suicide. Depression is a key thing. Depression be cool. Yetiana, JB, guy now said one confess the boy, no, didn't say 15 or 16, or said one confu okunu. Suicide prevention. Suicide is a major thing, and mental health and suicide prevention are critical aspects of public health. And tomorrow I will continue how we can put together our national suicide prevention program as part of the disaster prevention management that we have to do here, put together structures in this country. If we are not careful, if I were the president, these are the things I would do. And if we are not careful, we will sit down and people will fly their certificates. I have PhD, I have master's degree, I have first degree, I have MBA, I have this, I have that. People will flaunt their master's degree certificates and other forms of certificates, but put them down, give them a table, give them a pen and a paper, let them write solutions for our problems. That is when you realize that chew and pour is the killer of this country. My name is Blessed Godsprin Smart. You can simply call me Captain Smart.
Change. It is denied or too long delayed.
The translator James Dakro. Trouble be the bar. Came to me and swallow. If I forget tomorrow, remind me. I will talk about suicide management. Because a member baby person must comfort, a man baby person must comfort. You do a move, men can say, "Nya comfort," or person didn't well. A lot of they be a bomb pie and catch everybody say, "A rather boaming, the men did me well." Because who knew that would be about to do? Once I thought I would jump or service one, I'd be able to say, "Free." Maybe I told her. Which was I will drive you. I will come a call. Now, but we said, Tiaso. I've been told down. Oh, me can't get me break yet. Tiaso, now Tiaso. We are Bema, Ubuatopa, where the 45 to send me. I chat 5 minutes, Brad, Jaina, Dada, Obewu.
And no, meant.
How do you say? 1 minute, what today near draw? It's no so Kuku, Kurabaya, Swabian, and Tim the pot, Tim. Now, for we now, the him to do. Bra, who come home? I suicide.
Try a mobile.
These are some of the things as on mine, as I say, a but we are not doing these things. Prof, Akwapa. We need leaders, not ladders. Because where there are no leaders, there are no ladders for anybody to climb up. I am not asking, say, we should change our leaders. So I am looking for a modern approach in leadership. That's all. I'm not asking anybody to change any leader. No, that's not what I'm doing. But I'm just preaching for transformative leadership. I'm talking about the leadership that would have me in mind. Even though the president is sitting at Jubilee House, but the president would have that poor young guy at Boadu in mind. This is the kind of leadership I am always talking about. The Nkrumah infused, the Nkrumah oriented, modern day oriented leadership. Because everything under the sun is leadership. The rest are nothing but their effects. If we fail to do some of these things, there's a day coming. Look, you'll be in your house, you'll be living in the comfort of your bedroom, and you hear somebody knocking your bedroom door. The question is that, or yeah, then obedu me bedroom ha. It is because the system is so polarized. The system is mechanized to crime. The system is not managed. The African system is an orphan. And if we are not careful, evil hands will handle our systems and we will break down as people, unnoticed, unseen. We'll be thrown out of joint. And by the time we say Jack, we are all out of the space, and our children, our great-grandchildren would come again and insult all of us. I entreat and preach this morning that as people, we should think about transformative leadership and not political leadership.